Hi, everybody. I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Katie. Welcome to our podcast,
Sisters Across the Pond. So, welcome and thank you very much for tuning in. And first of all, just want to say thank you very much. Definitely thank you for joining us. And just want to let you know as well that whatever we discuss, whatever we chat about, whatever we speak about, the words that we speak do come from a genuine and very grounded place of kindness.
So let's take a pause. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax the shoulders and breathe out. And just be.
Beautiful. Thank you, Katie. And welcome to episode number 5. Woo!
5.
Woo.
High five.
5 alive. And this one is called Two Sisters, One House.
That's right. Two sisters, one house.
Two sisters, one house. Wow. So we're just going to reminisce on our living. Sometimes it felt like quarters. But yeah, the way we've kind of lived our life, going back all the way to knowing that I was going to have a baby sister, being absolutely delighted to then
pinching me in my crib.
Well, the penny drops that it's a girl.
Competition.
Sharing a room.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give up my space, share my space.
But
yeah.
Yes. And boy, did you have to share your space.
Oh, boy, did I have to tidy up your space.
Yeah. Honestly, I, to this day, think that because, well, I've never changed.
Yeah.
You know, I was picked up after my entire life, still am. Drives them crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel his pain.
Yeah. But I was never taught. Like, you know, I watch parents with their children now, and, you know, it's like everyone kind of gets involved with chores and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was like, no, you tidy up after Katie. And I don't know whether that's because, you know, I almost died, you know.
You were found under a dot leaf.
Yeah. I was found under a dot leaf.
Because we found you and took you in.
You were the milkmans, weren't you? You were the milkmans. I was found under a dot leaf. But no, I always wonder, and I should ask Mum, really, you know, maybe we should get her on a podcast at some point so people can hear from Mum. But I often wonder if almost losing me because I was born prematurely, the umbilical cord was rotting away, so I wasn't absolutely play the violins, you know, but I imagine it was quite traumatic for Mum at the time. And I wonder if that's like, because she didn't put me down, did she?
Once I was born.
Yeah. No. She never let go.
Remember, we always used to say that about Leo.
Say that about Leo, yeah. I'm just going to put him down.
Not like a dog.
Not like a dog. Just put him down.
Sorry, these are just all little silly things that we say in our household.
In our we like to make dark times more humorous.
Mm-hmm.
But no, seriously, I often wonder if just how traumatic that was for Mum.
Yeah.
You know, turning up to the hospital and basically saying there's something not right. The doctor saying that she needed to go home. and the midwife saying, no, we need to keep her in, and then ended up obviously having to be induced, and then here I am eventually. But I wonder if some of that is why it was like, oh, this precious child, we must look after her because
she can do no wrong.
She can
we
do
must
no
lift
wrong.
and lay for her. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I often wonder because, massively spoiled. Like, I don't deny that at all.
But yeah, I mean, being the mistake because of the age gap, you know.
Obviously, yeah, the family was complete. And then I turned up and ruined it all as the baby. Which but also meant that I couldn't get away with anything. Let's be fair. They also cared less. They cared less when it came to the teen years, because really they'd been through it all several times.
Well, yeah.
And so everything was more lenient for me, like curfews and things like that.
I mean, to be fair, I was a pretty good teenager. Do you know, I was no angel, but I never
You never got took home by the police for drinking on the street?
No, I never got brought home by the police. And I never put a foot wrong in that. Do you know, yeah, I think I was just your average teenager growing up and just pushing it as far as they can push it, really. Do you know?
Seeing what you can get away with.
House parties and things happened, do you know, just your regular sort of like teenage stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that house party. We were on holiday, weren't we? You stayed home. We went on holiday, and you had a house party, and someone stole my bank book. Someone stole the bank book with all my hard-earned savings. It wasn't my hard-earned. I wasn't old enough for a job. But I remember that one. That
there was just
sorry, Mum. Phil.
It was just all the kind of things that
normal teenage stuff
growing up. Yeah, going out clubbing it underage and all that sort of like malarkey. And
do you know, I was just talking about that the other day. I was talking about Solviva, and oh gosh, I'm just going to throw a disclaimer out there straight away. Sorry, Mum, you probably never really knew this, but I started going clubbing when I was 14 years old. Woohoo! Actually think both Mum and I had our first underage drink in the same pub.
Oh.
Yeah. It's, what was it called? I think it was Liberties when I went in. On the Rock. Was it the Black Bull? Once upon a time. And then it became like Liberties, and it's been gone for years.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
I think Mum and I had our
Black Bull.
It might have been the Black Bull. Yeah.
Or the Black Horse.
I don't know, but I remember Mum telling me that's where she had her first underage drink. And I was like,
our listeners will know what that pub was called.
Definitely.
The UK listeners.
Yeah. And so I was talking the other day about how we would go to Solviva, shout out to all the Bury folk, and how Sol was for 18 and over, but Viva was for 25 and over. And I seem to remember me being 17 and you being whatever you would have been.
Under 25.
You were 24.
We were both under.
We were both under 25. And I'm like, you're going, come on, let's go. We'll go here. Some of my friends are in here. And I was like, yeah, okay. I said, Laura, I'm never going to get in. I shouldn't even get into Sol, let alone getting into over 25s. And they didn't say anything. The bouncers just let me walk straight by. And I was mad. I was so mad. But I've got to wonder how old those DJs think I am now.
I know. I know, but
Probably
that
think
was
I should be
always
pushing
part of the
50.
thrill, though, wasn't it? Was that queuing
Oh,
up, going like, "Oh, we're going to get in, we're going to get in, we're going to
yeah.
get in," and then they never ask anything, and it's like, "Oh yeah." And nowadays, if you go somewhere, you're going, "Please ask me for ID, please ask me for ID."
I love getting asked for ID. Doesn't happen often, but on the rare occasions that it does, it's usually because I'm with people who look younger and who are younger, and it's like they'll ask the whole table. But even then, I'm really excited to be like lumped together. Like, of
Yeah.
course, you can see my ID.
Oh,
But yeah.
yeah.
But I know that's not really talking about living together. That's more of us going out together.
Again, we just digress, don't we? Never mind.
Off topic.
But yeah, so I mean, we lived in a smaller house up until you arrived, and then obviously we needed a bit of a bigger house, so we moved. And although we still had the same number of bedrooms, that meant somebody had to share a room. Yeah, so that was me. Which meant we got the bigger room, and our older brother James, as we've mentioned previously, got the smaller rooms. But me and you had to share, and I quickly learned that if I didn't tidy up your mess and commotion, then I wasn't going to do it. Well, yeah, but that wasn't fulfilling my role of Laura, tidy your bedroom. It was like, Laura, tidy the bedroom. I think it should have been.
Yeah.
And then we moved. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, I don't have an awful lot of memories of that house, just because, as we've mentioned, my traumatic upbringing, I don't have many childhood memories because I've blocked most of them out. Boo-hoo. But some of the memories that it was, yeah. But no, I seem to remember, I want to say New Kids on the Block posters on the wardrobe. I seem to remember that. Yeah. And then obviously you teaching me to roller skate, putting cushions down at the door frames. Yeah. Good times.
And we used to make paper chains to go across the ceiling at Christmas time. We used to sit and do that together.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we used to sit in the bedroom making paper chains.
I do remember in the garden we would have 2 concrete blocks and a plank of wood and would act out the scene from Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
When they were dancing on the log.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
But I remember that. I remember that house being quite cool. Used to really like it there. But then we moved on, and and we ended up sharing a room, and we had bunk beds.
In Walmsley, yeah, bunk beds.
So we went there, and we also shared a room there, having bunk beds, and that was a much smaller room. And that, see, my memory is a little bit hazy of there, but I just remember it being small. I remember it wasn't really that difficult for us to keep tidy.
I also
didn't really have that many possessions when we were there, so it wasn't really.
Didn't feel home-like.
No, and then we moved, didn't we, to move up to the village.
Yeah.
I was a teenager, and that was when 2 families, as they call it these days, blended.
A blended family, yeah.
Blended
family. To become one, I need some love like I never needed love before.
We'll stop there.
Stop. Don't want to get charged. I don't know how many seconds.
Keep it under a minute.
Yeah, there we go. So 2 families became one.
Yeah, and that's when it all changed, because there were 3 girls and I was the eldest.
Yeah, you got your own room.
So I got my own room, which meant you had to share with who now is our other sister. Although we're a blended family, we don't look at our other siblings in any other way apart from they're just family. So big love to
our Claire.
Claire, see, there we go. Member of the family. But yeah, and that was just, honestly, I used to sit back and listen to the rows.
Oh, poor Claire.
Putting lines down to centre off don't come over my side, don't come. Oh, just the quality.
Just the worst ages to throw a couple of girls together.
Well, yeah. I think there was only you that wasn't a teenager.
Yeah.
But 2 boys,
4
2
teenagers.
girls. Yeah, 2 boys and 3 girls. But you being the only one who wasn't a teenager. How the folks are still together, I have no idea.
After that absolutely.
Just mental. If they can get through that, they can get through anything.
Absolutely. COVID what?
COVID what? You don't know anything. You don't know anything. No. Tried 5 kids, 4 teenagers.
Yeah. Under one roof, yeah. It was pretty rock and roll. And then we kind of went our own little ways. I
moved out.
Really rebelled.
Yeah, you rebelled, didn't you? And went sort of like off the...
I'm moving out. I'm being my own person and doing all these things. And then got a job because I had to pay for stuff being an adult, and then realized that I didn't really want to be an adult and I wanted to go back home. So, and this was right after Mum and Phil had decided to downsize. All the kids had left home. We're going to need this smaller house. And then I moved home, you moved home, and Claire moved home. All at the same time. Yeah. And so we went from being 2 completely separate people, separate homes, to us literally sharing a double bed.
Yeah. Moved in. We're sharing a double bed in a small room.
Again.
Yeah, and then because Claire came back from uni, didn't she? But she wasn't. She was there for quite a while, and then she went down south, didn't she, and got a job and moved there.
Nottingham,
to Nottingham, and then you got her room, so then we had our own rooms again. But it didn't really, although it was kind of just one room, to be fair, wasn't it? It was just like a free for all.
There were technically doors, but it was mostly shared space.
Yeah. Really. If I couldn't find anything, it'd be on Katie's floor.
Yeah. All our makeup just combined together.
That was all in my room, wasn't it?
Under the mirror.
Yeah. And that because Mother decided to put cream carpets in, which then ended up with splodges of makeup.
Cream carpets.
White carpet it was in the first one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, and then having to strategically place the furniture because at Christmas the turkey soup got spilled.
Yeah.
Oh, the red wine.
I know.
The amount of times we had to rearrange furniture to cover up stains because Mum loves a white carpet or a cream carpet for some reason. She did it just before Leo arrived. Do you remember? She redecorated.
No, sorry, Mum. Leo had already arrived, but I think he was just a toddler, and she did up all the. So she had this lounge. It was like a terracotta old carpet, and Leo had I think he was crawling, but he was only like a toddler. No, he might have been walking actually, but it was just like grubby and like snot and
toddlers,
food and stuff everywhere, and she decided to go and get all the lounge done and all these beautiful pale greys and cream sofas, and I'm like,
good luck.
Is this your way of saying you don't want us to visit anymore?
Yeah, don't listen to episode 5, Mum.
But so then we were both at home in our sort of separate bedrooms, but living as one in one bedroom really. But the way that the folks' houses, their bedrooms downstairs, it was just 2 bedrooms upstairs. So it was we were kind of in our own
a little flat share.
Yeah, there. And then it got to the point where it was right, okay, how long can we were both 20s, weren't we?
Yeah.
So it was something's got to give. I mean, I'd already moved out, got my own mortgage. It didn't work, so then I moved back home. So I'd already made that. So I was a bit like cautious about making that move again. But then just decided, because I started looking.
Did you decide? I feel like this was a decision that was made for us.
Well, I'd decided that was going to be my next step, you know, and I remember speaking to Mum about it, and then Mum decided that we were both leaving.
If you're leaving, you're taking her with you.
Basically, that's how it went. I think it was very similar words, actually.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So then me and you started to house hunt and decided, like, I don't think there was ever a question about, well, do you want to live together?
No.
I don't remember ever having that conversation, because we were always together, weren't we? We did so much together. You know, we went out together, and you were a bit of a late arrival on the driving scene, weren't you? So I used to like
drive,
so I used to like pick you up from work and take you to work, and you know, and the folks would do it or I'd do it, you know, and so we were always like, oh, come on, let's go here or let's go there, or so we kind of did so much together anyway that it was just kind of a natural next step for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we bought the first house we saw, even though we saw a few different ones. Yeah, we just loved that first house.
Yeah, it was just a bit quirky, wasn't it? A bit different.
Yeah. And then our housewarming party, I'll never forget, because Philip, because he's one of our brothers, family member, spilt red wine all down the magnolia cream wall, and so there was a lovely blue stain on there. Which was well, we ended up painting it pink.
We did.
Remember, we painted that room like fluorescent pink.
With the chimney
we built
breath,
a kitchen over it.
Yeah. Then we built a kitchen around it. Yeah.
And we lived next door to a chippy. I still think about that chippy.
Not been here since I've moved back.
Have you not?
No. It's weird times anyway, isn't it? So it's not been on the radar. But so then we decided to buy a house together, and we lived there together, just the two of us, for
just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. A few years.
4 or 5 years, was it?
Something like that. Well, what was I when we bought? Was I 20?
Yeah, it was. But it was so funny for like the first. I think maybe it's all the time that I was there. All you kept saying was, "I don't like this. I don't like this. Never mind investment. I don't like this. This. I've got no money. This is not good. I'm too young for this. Mortgage payments. How much?
Bane of my existence.
It was. It really, really was.
Yeah, I am not the biggest fan of being an adult. No. I hate paying bills. I don't like being responsible. And maybe that's because I was never really taught to be responsible, because everyone just kind of looked after me. And that's how I like to live my life. I like to be looked after. I like to be waited on hand and foot. And it drives Liam crazy.
Poor Liam.
Yeah, poor Liam. Honestly, through this entire... I am not disillusioned by my own personality.
No.
I am well aware of who I am, and I examine it regularly. I don't change it, but I'm aware.
Why should you? You are who you are.
I am who I am. Honestly, it's like my life dream to get my house tidy enough to have a cleaner. It's a lot of effort to get it tidy enough. I think I might need to wait till people can travel again. Yeah. Honestly, people are going to laugh again. Drives Liam crazy. But whenever a family member comes to visit, whether it's mum, whether it's Laura, whether it's James, everybody cleans my house. Everyone cleans my house, or they rearrange things, or there's just something. They'll cook me dinner, make me lunch for work. And Liam's always just like, why do you just let people do that? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? This is the best.
But, I know.
Andy and Paddy did it. They finished a contract. They flew from Australia to the UK, and I picked them up at the airport. As soon as they got to my home, they started to tidy up. And Paddy actually asked me if I was a hoarder. And I said, kind of. And he was like, well, does it make you anxious that I'm touching your stuff? And I was like, no. I said, and you can even throw things away if you want. Just don't tell me what you're throwing away. Like, because if you tell me, oh, do you need this? Like, or ask me a question, then I'll be like, oh, yes, I absolutely need that. I used it once when I was looking at a cat through a window. And it's like, it'll be the most random thing that just triggers a weird memory. And then because of that weird memory, I now have formed an emotional attachment to a ridiculous object. I'm quite envious of people who are ruthless. Like, I know you're pretty ruthless at getting rid of stuff. And my friend Gemma is pretty ruthless.
I can flip between that, though. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't like getting rid of things that aren't broken, or do you know? Okay. I don't like to be like wasteful. And this is a late late comer on me as well, because I never used to be like, I just used to be like, no, don't want it. But now, obviously, with my whole journey through yoga and, looking after the planet, and I wanted to be a better person for the future generation, I think a little bit more, which is not necessarily a good thing when it comes to keeping hold of stuff either.
Yeah.
So it's about, with me, I mean, obviously, like for all our listeners that have been listening, I would have told you that I've moved from Scotland to England, back to my home stomping ground, but we've downsized dramatically just for the short term till we can find somewhere permanent to live. And boy, oh boy, it makes you open your eyes and think, well, what do we actually need to live?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Yeah. But then we've got, we have got a lot of my husband's mother's furniture, which was all fantastic furniture. It's all solid. It's all brilliant furniture. So, that we don't want to get rid of, but we've got to now, it will be incorporated into our new home. But that means that I've got to let go of the furniture, because that's all of like period. Like, we've got like quite a lot of mid-century pieces, which were his mum's style, which are all now really fashionable again. I know. I mean, one of the units she bought the year I was born. Do you know? Okay, so I still got the information on the back. Yeah. Which I painted it, and now it's like it's really funky unit. So I've given it a new lease of life so it can live for more generations. But it means like all the sort of like modern, not giving away any like big branded like furniture stores that are massive over in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But we have quite a lot of similar looking pieces of furniture from said store, and there's nothing wrong with them. So it's just now, and especially now we've moved down here, there's going to be family members who might need a chest of drawers or might need a this or that, so we've got plenty of furniture. It's just about now, like, probably sifting through everything and just deciding what to keep. So in the hoarding sense, no, I mean, I'm pretty ruthless when it comes to clothes, because I know Mum's always saying, I need you to come and help me sort out my clothes. And I can be pretty ruthless like that.
She's not going to ask me to do that.
No, but I know it's easy to get rid of clothes, and you can do that really easily. And I feel, and I'm okay with that, because I know it's not going to to landfill. It's going to go to a charity shop, or donate it somewhere, or pass it on to a family member or something. But
I wish I could. I wish. And I'll go through periods where I'm like, oh, well, I've not worn this for a while, and I'll put it in a bag, and then I'll get rid of stuff. And guaranteed a month later, I'll be trying to figure out something to wear. And I'll be like, where is that red belt that I suddenly want to wear? And it's like, I've got a red belt somewhere. And I'm like, and I've given it away. And it's like, But then obviously we moved, we lived together, had some great parties and whatnot. And I think we only ever really fell out once.
Yeah, we only fell out once.
That Mum had to come and sit with us.
Yeah. But I can't even remember ever falling out ever apart from that. We've been little like snipes, but we're sisters, we're siblings, and that's what you do. There's probably been like the numerous comments on Deep Breath going, we should tidy up that mess, we should move that pot, we should wash that,
Why is there a pile of pots in the sink?
But there's never really been, we've always been, our personalities have always gelled together, even though when we were younger, we were living together, we were very similar, but also very different, weren't we? But
it was we've had some good times in those homes, and having to pack up to move was quite interesting. I moved back home to Mum's house when I was packing up our home to get it ready to rent. Obviously you'd moved then a few years previous, but that was quite fun, actually, going back home to Mum, who, I might add, what did she say to me when I got there? Don't think I'm going to be doing your laundry, cooking for you every day,
Mum,
if you're here, you're going to do this. And then like the next day, have you got any whites? Do you want this for your lunch? Making me lunch
every
day.
She
can't help it. She can't help but just mothering. Yeah.
Definitely. Although I must say, obviously, because we think about topics to talk about and stuff like this, so we'd thought about our lives living together and stuff like that. And one of the it's got to be up there as one of the best moments of living together, has got to be when we bought our house together, lived together, and decided that we were going to start doing some home workouts, DVD exercises.
Yeah.
So we got this DVD.
Ministry of Sound.
Yeah. The whole like club anthems, like workout DVD. And we were like, because we love going out, we love clubbing, we love dancing, so we'll do this. This will make us exercise. So we got home, we were dead excited, went upstairs, got into all our like workout gear, and then came back downstairs, put it on, both of us on a sofa each, and just laughed our way through it. Completely and utterly laughed our way through it. Never even stood up to do any of the exercises.
It was purely an ab workout.
It
of
was
laughing.
all core because it was hilarious. And that's just, and it's funny because, especially since obviously, I know I keep going on about lockdown and it's driving me mad, but things
Since
have changed for everybody's life. But since lockdown, and everybody's doing like workouts at home and stuff like that, every time it's mentioned, it just, the picture just pops in my head of us two laughing our head off on the sofas. That's what I always think about when we like people talk about home workouts, but that's got to be up there with the parties and just the fun time and just chilling together. You know, we have such a good time just chilling out together, isn't it? It's like that. I mean, I know we're siblings and we've born and raised together, but you know when it's right, when you don't have to speak.
Yeah.
And it's not uncomfortable.
No, it doesn't matter what's going on. There's something very comforting about just being quiet with your friend or your sister or whoever's closest to you. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of bits that I think are the best bits. But I suppose one thing that I always think about when I think of especially our house that we bought together is that we both had tiny cars, like roller skates, and they both fit in our backyard. So we would park there because street parking was impossible. And I would literally reverse until I bumped into Laura's car. And that's when I knew that I was just right.
Yeah, because the actual spot was only for one car, but because our two cars were so small, we just about fit on, only if they were touching. So yeah. Oh yeah, that was. It used to be like I think like I'd normally be in the kitchen area when you were coming home from work, and I'd just see my car out the window go. Whoop. There we go. She's parked.
Oh, that was fun.
I know. Yeah. So we've had some great times, great stories, great times living together in the different situations, and not so great times at sometimes as well. But those not great times mold us into the people that we are today.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah.
And on that note, we'll leave you for this week.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, all of those wonderful things. So yeah, thank you for listening, and see you, love you, bye.
See you, love you, bye. Mwah. Mwah.